Welcome to the channel. I am Boss E. In my meditation, what I saw was somebody being celebrated. And the person being celebrated was extremely confused. They looked confused. They looked like they didn't know exactly why they were being celebrated. Um, at like because they was like kind of like walking through a crowd and everybody was like cheering, but then like it looked like wherever they were ending, where they would stop walking at, basically it was like a bunch of like presents. So somebody is moving forward and moving closer toward what I feel like is maybe like an end goal of theirs. um But it was also giving the impression that whoever this person is that looks confused is only confused because they should be taking the time to acknowledge themselves and like how far they've come on this journey, honoring and acknowledging the because what I was going to say is little things, but it's not even like little or smaller things, just things that maybe uh don't you can't even say it like don't have a big impact. What I'm thinking about saying, I just feel is all wrong. But and it's because these things are really important, like things like reacting to situations differently, things like not jumping off the deep end when something happened, things like maybe not beating yourself up when things don't go a certain way, things like pivoting, learning how to pivot and doing so graciously when things don't go a certain way. Things of that nature. I guess we would call them like the smaller things, the little things, but they're still very big, very important things that really kind of make the journey itself worth it, no matter where you're going, no matter what you're doing. These are things that change your daily habits, that change the way you interact with the world and the way that the world interacts with you. Not only the world, but energy, spiritually, like things of that nature. So, if you haven't had a chance to just kind of honor and acknowledge yourself, it might be a good time to do that. You could even write some of these things down. It can be helpful to see it written down, to help with acknowledging these things are happening, and these things are also a very big deal, along with, you know, physical possible presence that will also come along your journey. So we'll jump in and we'll see what's going on in you all's energy, what it is that you need to know, be aware of, acknowledge. So we start with past life. I'm telling you, you've definitely come. I'm sure you've come a long way. Truth, crooked. Spiritual cleansing. Spiritual cleansing at the bottom of the deck. And gratitude is what got caught in my finger. I'm not going to take it because it didn't come out, but I'm sure it plays a role into exactly what I just said. I got to take this one. Transformation. I could have took gratitude too, honestly, because it literally falls into the line of just honoring the truth of your growth, um looking at how far you've come, looking at the different choices that you're making, the different decisions that you're making, the different ways that you're feeling, not only about yourself, but about life, or shoot, not only about life, but yourself. There is strength and acknowledging yourself the same way you would acknowledge, someone else, a friend, a loved one, somebody you admire or care about. It is possible to do the same for yourself. You have to. You have to see yourself as that person, because there is so much that you've overcome in your life that got you to this point. Hold on. I had to take that phone call. So I'm gonna get an overall. I'm gonna get an overall power. You gotta honor it. You gotta honor yourself. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. And it's a big deal, because this is a part of your story. This is your truth. This is who you are. The Hangman and a reverse and a reverse. I know sometimes when they be coming out in a reverse, I don't be wanting to take them in a reverse, because they already doubled. But Judgment. So, Wheel of Fortune. You see this? Judgment in a reverse and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, that's why I came out in a reverse. I gotta put it back. So, one of the reasons why honoring your past is so important, honoring, how far you've come is so important, is because a situation happened recently where basically somebody probably tried to put you in a situation where you needed to react a certain way for them to kind of get their way, but you didn't. And I really think it was something as simple as that. Like, somebody said something, somebody did something, somebody implied something, somebody tried to bait you, something to that effect happened. And a specific response was allocated to that. That's what people, that's how I heard it. I was about to say the person, but how I heard it is people. That's what people were looking for. They were looking for something sour, something reactive, something that showed that you weren't truly like in your power, that you truly didn't transform, that you truly haven't grown, and that you're truly not focused on like the greater good. That's kind of how I want to say it. How I'm hearing it is you weren't supposed to be immovable. So something was supposed to be able to sway you, to knock you off balance. This was, oh wow, that's interesting. Wow, how I heard it is tactical. This was tactical. Somebody did whatever it was on purpose, because it's one thing for people to say like they've healed or they're on their like healing journey, but it's another thing to be somebody like on the other side of that, who has truly done the work and healed their core, like healed to the core, to where, again, some type of reactions could be pulled out of them to give a situation or a person like what they want out of it. And this doesn't necessarily mean like you got to be perfect, you got to do things the right way all the time, but it does mean that different portions of you, or certain portions of you, certain aspects of you, and certain ways that you react, certain ways that you even think about handling situations, is something that has been healed, that has changed how you choose to move forward when situations like this arise in your life. And what was once a possibly even like a thought process to get you to how you choosing to react, that is something that has even changed. And that is a core change within your life. And with that type of change, people who do look to manipulate, to, how I heard it is possess. Okay. People who are looking to possess. But what I was going to say is control. People who are looking for people to control. Like when they, I guess, play their games with people, there are some people that they can easily navigate their game with. And there are other people where every time they try to do something, they hit a roadblock. And that's what happened in whatever situation you just overcame. And it wasn't even like a big deal. And I really want you to understand this. Like, whatever the situation was, it wasn't no big, huge blowout, brawl, nothing. It was nothing like that. It was something so simple, so small, and something you probably didn't have to continue to think about once you did or didn't do whatever you thought, was the right thing. You did it, wash your hands, you was good, and that was that. Or you didn't do it, wash your hands, you was good, and that was that. But it was a big deal. And whoever it was that chose to whoever it chose to do something, like whoever it was that chose to quote unquote test you, made a really, really poor decision. It was not going to be something that got them what they ultimately wanted. Because the reaction was, that was the bait. But ultimately, your reaction that they hoped for would have led to them being able to kind of like hold something against you, hold something over your head, have something to use as not leverage, but an excuse. That's what it would have been, something that they could have used as an excuse to continue whatever the hell they already trying to, they was already doing, or whatever they trying to do. And they don't have that excuse right now. They don't have it. You didn't give it to them. Okay. So let's say if they want to talk more about this situation. Man. Okay. You got a boss daddy, wants you back, fake smiles, and creativity. I'm not going to take, this This could have a lot. You got clout hungry, caught a case, reflecting. Somebody is going through it. It could be whoever this is. And you definitely dodged the bullet by not responding the way that this person thought that you would. You could, like, maybe you just didn't even make a big deal out of something. And it was something they wanted you to make a big deal out of. And this is probably why. You see the way that that flipped over in my hand? Probably because you done fell out of love with somebody. There's a spiritual hater. How I heard it is in the vicinity. Oh gosh, people. And moving on. So, excuse me. So, fake smile, still here. Cock blocking, talking shit. You got love triangle. So, this could involve multiple people. This could involve friends. This could involve family members. Even this, like, literally, like, the situation that you had might have not even been directly with the person. It could have been with somebody that the person is attached to. It could have been something, to that effect. However, you have people who do not like the fact that you're immovable. Remember, I said that earlier? They were supposed to be able to knock you off balance. They were supposed to be able to get the reaction they were looking for, but you're no longer where you once were. Your past is truly your past. You're somebody who have chosen to walk forward, to continue to elevate, okay? By way of moving on. Because of that, you'll be watched. And there will, unfortunately, always be someone that wants to try to, like, push the limit. But this is one of the ways that you can see why it's so important to acknowledge and honor yourself. Because then those people don't even get the opportunities that they thought that they would get to try to move you, because of these small choices that you have made, these small ways where you have changed your thought process that ultimately keep people like this at bay, that puts you in the energy to where maybe you're not surrounded by as many people like this who want to take advantage. This is why it's such a big deal, because this is something that changes the trajectory of your life, that changes your environment, that changes the way that you interact with people, and again, the way that people interact with you. So I want to wrap this up, but they really want me to pull a couple. You know what? Let me use these. Use these. That's not a huge deck. Sex only. Comparison. Rushing. And playing games. Okay. Wow, everyone leaves. Look at that. Okay. So to sum up again where you've come from, dealing with somebody who don't know how to no, who has no discipline. That's what I'll say. This is definitely somebody who has no discipline. This is somebody who jumps from person to person. They jump in person to person. They will forever compare people in general, but even possibly to you. And that may be because you're somebody that did truly fall out of love with them. Maybe this is somebody who's not used to that. If this is somebody in boss daddy, big dick energy, it's quite possible that they, how I was going to say it is that they have a big head, but how I heard it is airhead. So somebody, they feel like this person is an airhead. Fair enough. This person did a really good job at trying to use quote unquote rushing as deterrent for making real decisions, like real choices to like move forward, and instead play games. This person themselves could be somebody who is the spiritual hater because they can't get past you now. But this could be somebody who also connected you, like flying monkeys. That's how I'm hearing it. This is somebody who could have also connected you to others that would poke and pry and try, just off the strength of this person trying to find the way back in. So let me get y'all, what do you need to know? What do you need to focus on? Type of situation. Oh, and then with this everyone leaves and fake smiles energy, this could be one of the ways that this person or these people like use, they will be using that to try to get close, to try to get an entry point. That's how I'm hearing it. Okay. It's one of those reasons, an entry point. Oh my gosh, why are all my words escaping me tonight? Playing on your compassion, sob stories. There we go, sob stories. Watch out for the sob stories when it come to these people. Oh, they said, oh no, we can't believe it. Oh my gosh. It's only funny because I know sometimes when I do readings, the cards be like flying all over the place. And sometimes it be funny because it be like not good and they be far. So I can, but I just don't be feeling like getting up to get them. But you see how this joint just dropped out my hand, but it dropped like right next to my chair. So all I had to do was bend down. This is definitely giving hater energy, and they are definitely hating on the glow up. Oh my gosh. What you need to focus on and love your journey. Glow up and love your journey. I knew it. Straight from the meditation, it was clear. You're doing something right. You're doing many things right. And you need to acknowledge these things. You need to acknowledge to yourself all these wonderful things that you have improved. Not even changed. Don't even think about it like that. Don't even worry about that. We know that that has happened. We know that there's a transformation, but you are improving yourself, which is improving your life. And this is what growth and transformation is about, truthfully. Honoring yourself, honoring your intuition, honoring the many things that you have gone through. Good, bad, ugly. They are all experiences that have shaped you to become the person that you are, that have gotten you to the place that you are at. currently. It's not always pretty, but it is always an experience, and you get to choose what to do with it and how it will shape you as you move forward. So, yeah, honor your strides. Truthfully, honor your strides, honor yourself. Do something nice. Yeah, do something nice for yourself. You deserve it. If you like the reading, hit the like button right now. If you found anything helpful, anything you want to talk about, drop a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe right now. Share your energy. It is the best way to keep the vibrations high here at the channel at this time. I'm sending you all helpful healing energy of self-admiration, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.